Welcome to Zombie Popcorn Radio. It is April 3rd, 2010. This is show 24, 5?
8, 9?
9, something like that.
Something close.
Oh, wait.
Welcome
to Zombie Popcorn.
Now that we hit record.
Let's hit record.
Oh,
it's always the way we do it, yes. But no, anyway, thank you for tuning in to Zombie Popcorn. It is October 3rd, 2010. I'm Jason.
I'm Paul.
And we have a special guest in studio with us, Christina, which is a listener of Zombie Popcorn Radio. But she did some homework and guided us our next person that we're interviewing tonight. And
for our Easter show.
Yes, for Jesus Day. This is good.
Yeah, he has risen.
Yeah, so say hello to everyone, Christina.
Hey, how's it going?
And if you're in the 3D chat room, Christina is the one that looks like a girl.
Yeah.
Not the one that acts like the girl. You know, that's Paul.
That's me.
That's Paul. So, yeah. So, why don't you tell us, why did you bring this alien guy? First, tell us about this alien guy.
Okay.
And how you found him and why you brought him on the show.
Well, I found a guy named Phil who believes that he communicates with extraterrestrial life forms. It started a couple years ago, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And he talks to them basically on a daily basis, so we're going to hear about that and what they've been telling him and why they're talking to him. And basically I found him through an internet website, obviously from the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And I messaged him because I read about his experiences and I thought they were pretty interesting, and I was like, Jason would probably be interested in this. So
And I am.
Here we are.
I am totally interested in it. I'm stuck to the thing. So, yeah, his name is Phil. And what I know about him, just from the short time that I've talked to him through emails just to set up the show, first, what he told Christina is that there's two type of aliens that he's in contact with. Tell us about the two aliens, because I don't think I am completely clear on that, and I think you have a better understanding.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I have a very brief understanding, so we're going to have to talk to Phil about that. But basically, he's in communication with the Greys as well as the Reptilians. Basically, I think the Greys are more of negative type life forces, and the Reptilians created them, but we'll have to ask for some clarification on that.
Yeah, because I'm kind of confused about it. I looked it online, and there's a lot of information about
There is.
Pin clicks.
Sorry.
about these aliens, and a lot of them say different things. So I'm not really sure fully. I don't fully understand the concept of what the difference between the aliens are. One of the really good things that when I was talking to Phil through email, he said that we've actually been given permission. He talked to them about coming on to the show, and we've been given permission to actually for him to channel the aliens through their AI center. I'm sure he can explain that a little bit better, and that we can actually talk to the aliens.
Nice.
And he said some of them may be, because some of them are hostile, so we may get.
Right.
Some that are
belligerent aliens.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call Phil now and see what we can get, and ask these questions to him. So let me call him now and make sure we got some
All right.
volume here. Let's turn that up. Is that loud enough for everyone?
Yeah, it sounds pretty
Pen
good.
clicks are not good.
Sorry. I'll just leave it open.
Hello?
Phil?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? This is Jason from Zombie Popcorn Radio, and you're actually live on air right now. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Pretty good, pretty good. We're very interested in your story. I was telling the listeners before calling you that kind of a little background that you sent to Christina when she first contacted you, and an email that you sent me talking about how you'll be channeling the ET's computer AI. So before we get in depth with this topic, can you give us a little bit more information about the two types of aliens? Because I think that's where we're kind of confused, because a lot of people have different thoughts and ideas of what the reptilian and the gray aliens are.
Well, we could start with the human ones. They're supposedly pacifists. They rely on other people to defend them. And they've been fighting against, like, the reptiles and the Greys for a long time. They basically go to other planets and channel music and art and try to, like, help them, like, develop their own sovereignty from ETs that mess with them. Then we have the reptiles, who are really violent, and they get angered really easily. They've been here supposedly for thousands of years. They were, like, behind the Mayan sacrifices and stuff like that. And then we have the Greys, who are, they're like, their main specialty is mind control. And supposedly they've mind controlled, like, tons of people of, like, current governments and stuff like that. And basically the Greys and the reptiles are, like, what's evil out there in the universe, like a metaphor for, like, a real Satan.
You're saying that's the reptilian aliens, or the...
And the Greys.
Oh, and the Greys.
And the Greys. So, this is Paul, by the way. So what you're saying is there's actually more than two types then, because you have the reptilians and the Greys, and then you mentioned something about the human-like aliens?
Yeah. Actually, somewhat recently, another type contacted me. They're also gray-skinned. They're called the Greys too, they said, but they're not the same as the reptilian-affiliated Greys. They were, like, really, like, cheery and high energy, and supposedly they're the ones that mainly defend the humans, who are pacifists and don't really carry weapons on their ship.
Kind of like sharps and skins.
So I guess that you get the question a lot when you tell this to people. How do you contact them? I mean, is there a certain medium that you go through? Is it actual physical? Do you see them, or how does it work?
Well, they have something connected to my brain in another dimension, and pretty much anytime I think about them, they respond to me. It's usually their computer AI, because they're usually busy, but, like, pretty much any time throughout the day they say, "Do you want to talk?" And I've never said no. So
well, who would?
Much.
So how did this start? Were you initially abducted and they put it in your brain, or?
It started in October 2007, where it's a night that's pretty hazy for me, but basically they made me, like, on tape threaten a bunch of organizations. I was channeling from the Greys. Apparently they were trying to get me arrested, like, from the Patriot Act before the good ETs, like, would get me as a contactee. And it started from there. And for about 6 months to a year, the Greys would, like, mentally torture me. I had no idea where it was coming from. Like, I had an idea. They would sometimes let the idea that ETs are doing it to me come to my brain, but they were, like, so massively mind-controlling me, I couldn't really think about that too much. My first theory was I thought the U.S. government was doing it to me with, like, nanotechnology, because at first it was just random thoughts. It would, like, spam my brain with all sorts of like, bad thoughts, and eventually it became, like, more advanced. Like, they would make me, like, think that I was going to get cut if I lay down on my bed, all sorts of, like, phobias. It's basically, like, a really bad acid trip, and I don't do acid. Like, they just made, like, the world come alive, and it seemed like everyone was out to get me, and, like, I don't know, it was just really bad. And after a while, the good ETs showed themselves to me, and it's just been a weird trip since then.
So do they live on this planet, or they live elsewhere, all throughout the galaxy?
They live all throughout the galaxy. When they're on this planet, they're on their ships in another dimension primarily. Like, they also, like, supposedly have bases, but I don't know, like, how populated they are, or, like, they've told me they have a moon base, and, like, separate moon bases for the reptiles and the humans, but I'm not sure. They haven't told me a lot of information about that.
How is it that, I guess, how come they don't interact with more people? I mean, why is it only a selective group? I mean,
how do they choose?
Yeah.
Well, I've actually, like, gone through this question a lot of times with them, is how they choose. Like, they told me that, like, one of the reasons why they chose me was, like, I think a lot like them, like, my views on the world. And actually deleted my memory of the first question. We have to repeat that one.
How did they choose?
No, the other one.
Why did they pick you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think there was something else.
I think I cut Jason off, so I think there was only 2 questions.
Now, you mentioned something about, excuse me, the reptilians and Greys being behind certain acts like the Mayan sacrifices and things like that. Do you have any other information about any interactions between ancient civilizations that you've picked up from them?
Well, they hinted at me that they were involved with Native American civilizations, too, and that, like, their fascination with the snake was basically like a joint venture between the reptiles and another one. They basically worshipped it. Apparently, like, the main interaction with the Native Americans was supposedly of good ET origin, but it was like a deal that they made to make them fascinated with snakes, so, like with the reptiles. They make all sorts of behind the scenes deals, like. So, like, they don't really, like, fight so much anymore. They just make deals, like, for example, like David Icke or Zachariah Sitchin. They would make a deal to protect them, and, like, some of their information is disinformation. So it's, like, sometimes, like, true ET contacts come forward with disinformation. So, sorry I kind of rambled off topic.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
So how did this? You said you're connected with something in your brain to the central alien AI. How did that get? Did they put that there, or how did you get that connection?
Apparently, they've had it connected to me like almost my whole life. Like they've brought up a bunch of like situations where, like, for example, the Greys were like mind controlling me back in my past, or like they've seeded me with good thoughts. Like apparently, another reason why they chose me was I think when I was like 16 or 17, I read something on the internet that said like, if you think our planet needs help, to like send a thought that we need help. And I said I think we need help after like discovering how corrupted a lot of our governments are. And like shortly after that, they said they were interacting with me, and like I basically said that I would like die for the right cause on this planet, and that like impressed them a lot. So that's another reason why they chose me.
So what is the right cause in your eyes and the ETs? I mean, what?
To basically progress towards like our own sovereignty and like stop corruption and war and like manipulation of economies and stuff like that. Basically the stuff that the Greys and reptiles have put here. And they've talked to me a bit about first contact, and like one of the things I really hope that happens after first contact is like the reptiles and ETs, reptiles and Greys will stop mind controlling people, like high ups in our government, so we can actually start moving towards like some real change.
So the Greys are using the reptilian and the Greys are using mind control to our higher power, the higher power people in governments, to continue the war and continue the economic corruption.
Yes, they are, and like they've been doing it for a very long time. The first major like government person that I've heard of that they were mind controlling to make war was Hitler, and supposedly the Greys made some deals with the Nazis. Then that's how they got like their superior rocket technology and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I didn't know.
Oh.
I didn't know.
Yeah. No.
What's that old group, like the Freemasons or whatever? The underground?
Yeah. Illuminati.
Yeah,
The
I've
Illuminati,
researched
yeah.
the Freemasons a little bit. They say that it's a diverse organization, but like I read a quote a long time ago of like a Freemason, like a 31st or 32nd degree Freemason from Belgium, saying that they had lost control of their organization from the top. So, like the way that I would interpret that is like some Freemasons who have power are mind controlled by Greys, but I wouldn't label the Freemasons as an evil group because they're so diverse and large that like a majority of the members are Freemasons are just like the believers in a higher power, and they're just like a buddy group.
Right.
So you mentioned in one of your emails that you were going to channel the aliens ET's computer AI, so we could actually ask them questions. Are you doing that now, or you have to do something special to?
I am doing that now because the Greys mess with my brain so much. It's like they gave me significant brain damage, and they can always fix it, but like the Greys always do it over again. So like for the last few months, almost every thought I've had was from the computer that's like been thinking for me.
You said that you wanted to put a disclaimer that we have to be careful of what we believe because some of the answers that you give may not be from friendly ETs.
Yeah, so far they've been pretty spot on from what I can like discern, but like sometimes like I've been on the forums before and I've channeled from ETs, and sometimes they channel the wrong answer or like will delete my memory and make me say something that contradicts something I said earlier just to make it seem less likely. And it works really good because if, like, for example, our supposed contact of the Andromeda race, Alex Collier, they did it to him. Like, at first he said that they were 10,000 years more advanced than us. And in another interview he said they were 4,600 years more advanced than us. And just something simple like that could make someone completely disbelieve everything he says.
Right, so that's kind of done purposely to subvert information, is what you're saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So if they're so involved with like our world and our planet, what is their planet like?
They told me that the Greys planet was like really polluted and horrible and like war-ridden, like from the past. They've pretty much like depleted all their resources and like I don't know. It's basically like what they want to do to us. And the human one's planet is like a utopia. It's like there's no war, there's no murder. They're like really nice to each other. There's no illness. There's no cancer. There's no AIDS. Supposedly the Greys made AIDS and STDs because they hate humans.
So they're trying to kill us off, basically.
So why do they hate us? It's just something ingrained into them naturally, or did we do something throughout history to piss them off?
That's a really good question, and I haven't gotten to the bottom of that. I just know that they have ingrained a deep hatred for humans. They have told me before that like the reptiles envy us in some ways, and that's one of the reasons why they like torturing us, because we can like make music and like they envy how we like make love and stuff like that, and that's one of the reasons why they made STDs.
That's got to be better than laying eggs.
So how do they reproduce?
I'm not sure. I don't have a whole lot of details on the reptiles other than like they're just really violent. I've only talked to one like 2 or 3 times while they were hurting me while I was laying in my bed, which was fascinating. The good ETs made that happen. They know that like I'm pretty much interested in every single ET out there. So It's like I don't know. Sometimes I may pay a price for curiosity because they might do something to my body for talking to them, but it's just really fascinating to me.
What's the worst thing they've done to your body? I mean, or anal probes? Really
they
the key
enlarged
thing?
my stomach somewhat recently, so I have a gut, and I don't have much fat. It's like less than an inch of fat, and my stomach is enlarged. Supposedly they put something in it with water just to make me look bigger. And they've done some other stuff to me, but I'd rather not talk about that stuff.
Wow, that almost sounds like high school prank. That sucks. I think that, a race could be so technically evolved, but still find hazing funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it sounds like.
Hazing is always...
I guess it doesn't matter what planet you're from. Hazing is definitely funny.
Yeah, they definitely... I don't know, I've never heard one of the reptiles laugh, but the Greys definitely have a sense of humor. And another thing, it's like, one of the reasons why the Greys, like, gave me some brain damage, so the good ET's computer had to think for me, is that's one of the reasons why like the Greys are shunned by some ET groups, is because like at this point, like they're not really themselves. Like their computer thinks for them. Like the computer is programmed by them, but like their thought quality is lower than the computer's thought quality 100% of the time. So they're like half robots.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So, can you manipulate what you get from the computer at any time, or you completely submissive to it? I mean, like, can it help you take tests in school or something?
I don't know about if it would help me take tests, but like pretty much, like they have like my soul and my characteristics on file and documented enough to where like they pretty much know exactly what I would say, and it's just automatically just put into my mind like I was speaking it myself. Like their mind control abilities of both sides are so good. They can put thoughts in your mind and make you like think that they're yours if you even get that far.
Now, have you ever talked with? I'm trying to be careful how I word this. Anybody in the government or any type of specialist or, just anybody about this?
Not in person. The ETs told me that the CIA and the FBI have investigated me, mainly because of the October 2007 stuff that went on.
What is that?
And well, they basically made me like threaten a bunch of people.
What you said at the beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like it was stuff that was out of characteristic, and I didn't know that like anyone was recording it. Apparently, one of the people that was listening to me was an Oregonian reporter, which is a newspaper, and both of his hands were inside his jacket. So I have a feeling that he was recording it. So.
Have you or anybody else ever been? Well, because a lot of people will hear stuff like this, and I guess the first thing they think is probably mental illness or something like that. Do you know of anybody else that has been accused of something like that, or do you think there are other people walking around who maybe have been accused of being mentally ill and perhaps they're not, that they're going through the same thing you are?
That hits home a lot because, like, a lot of the time when I talk about ETs, people automatically think that I'm crazy or I have schizophrenia. And, like, at first I was wondering if I did have it because the thoughts that they would send me were pretty, like, crappy quality thoughts. And they were just spamming me with them. And eventually, like, it became too advanced and they started doing stuff to my body and stuff like that. And it's just, like, it's a shame that, like, a lot of ET contacts, like, that if they come forward, they're going to be ridiculed a lot because people just automatically think that they're crazy. One thing that they told me recently is the Greys, when people sleep, like if they're, like, for example, like a devout Christian would be someone they would scout for this. They would, like, change their neural pathways. So, like, if the ET subject is brought up, they will just basically immediately think that, like, it's just ridiculous.
So what's the ultimate plan for the people that these aliens talk to and communicate with? What's the ultimate goal for you? What do they have? Do you have any idea of what's in store for you? Why they're communicating? And what, in the big picture of things, what they will have you do? I mean, why are they so close to being contacted with you where you're connected to their computer AI?
That's a really good question, and I've asked that myself a lot of times. Like, the Greys tend to answer, like, they imitate, like, the voice and, like, energy of the good ones and say that, like, nothing, you're just going to be, like, a loser for the rest of your life. And, like, they shut down my ability to make music, which is, like, what I do. And, sorry, they deleted my memory again. Will you repeat that question? There was something I had to say that was good.
What's the purpose of the people that the aliens communicate with? What's the ultimate goal of you?
Oh, yeah. They, like about a year or so ago, they ran me through a simulation, which was a first contact simulation. and they say that this is something they do with first contact. It's like basically I was like the central person that everyone was listening to. I was basically like telling my story to them telepathically, and like telling like all the things they had done to me. Basically, it was like the computer thinking for me, because when the Greys do something to me, or if the good ones do something really awesome to me, usually they delete my memory like right afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like it's a really awesome experience or a really bad experience, and then afterwards it's deleted and I can't remember it. So
Why would they do something bad to you physically and then delete your remembrance of it? Because I thought you said they do it to punish you when you're becoming too curious, but you don't remember being punished for it.
they don't really do it like only to punish me when I'm being too curious. I just said that like something might happen to me for like the reptiles. When I talk to them and they talk to me, they want something for that interaction, because they wouldn't originally do that.
So they don't delete your memory from being punished.
They don't really see it as a form of punishment. It's just like
Okay.
they just like doing it, and like they've done so many bad things to me. It's like there's no way I could, even if they didn't mess with my mind, there's no way I could remember even half of it.
Yeah.
Just because it is so frequent.
Now, is this like a full stakes kind of thing for them, or is it just kind of a game?
It's just basically like what they have left to do in the universe. Like the reptiles and the Greys, like the good ETs, like said metaphorically, the reptiles' souls are blood red, and the Greys are puke green. Like they don't really have like ambitions other than power and like hurting stuff. Like basically, like I've never been very religious, but like the existence of the reptiles and the Greys to me proves that like if there is a God, he does not control everything, or he's just really wacky, because it just seems to me that like to have beings that evil out there, it's just like it's kind of mind-boggling.
Wow.
So which kind typically abduct humans? Like when you hear about somebody who was abducted, which kind of alien specifically? Is it all of them?
No, not all ETs do that. Some ETs go around like curing people of stuff, and they usually do it before they know they have it, because they monitor what like the Greys and the reptiles do, and then they'll swoop in after the bad ETs do something and just like cure them. And sorry, I lost my train of thought again. They're messing with me a bit.
Sorry, she was just asking which aliens do the abductions.
Oh yeah, usually it's the Greys. Like
Right.
they like making people fear ETs, and they just like they're just sadistic. They have a fascination with like just hurting and traumatizing people. Like
So when they abduct people, that's their main goal, is to just scare them. Are they like doing scientific research of any kind for their planet?
I'm not totally sure if they have a cap on research or not here. I don't know if they have like mainly they probably experiment in the higher end stuff, like the stuff that involves like souls and maybe like the top end of genetics. But like I'm sure that like for the most part they don't really like learn anything from abductions.
So which are the cattle mutilation stuff stories that we hear? Is that alien?
I'm not entirely sure. Like, if they're like sitting there with like inside out or something, I don't see how it could be something else. But like, they haven't really talked to me much about cattle mutilation.
What about crop circles?
Crop circles is something they do, but they say that's a subject that they'll like teach me about later in my life.
So what do they teach you? I mean, are they just teaching you about the world around, or is there something that you gain from this?
Well, like the first like year or year and a half, like I've been going through just like different sets of lies of like who they were and like what their bodies look like and stuff like that. I've only like somewhat recently began to like really start to get the truth and like start to get like a picture of like what's really out there. And like I don't know, like they say that like some of the people like that are watching me of like the government like don't believe much of what or they believe that I'm kind of a fool because like I've said so many different things. Like at first I thought that the good ETs were made of light. They made a deal with the Greys that like they would lie to me a bunch of different lies just so like I couldn't go back to a website and post under the same name or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned in your email that they told you that you could not be involved in any documentaries. But can you write? Can you write your stories and explain why they won't let you be in any documentaries?
Well, they just like there was someone posting on a website saying that an Emmy Award-winning director is doing a documentary on like ETs, and the good ones like after I sent an email, the good ones came forward and said like they don't want me to be part of that one. They didn't say forever, but like they said they didn't want me to be part of that one because like this is my first radio interview, and like they say that the Greys and the Reptiles like will want something, and basically they say that they'll like ruin a month-long trip I'm going to take, and they say it's not worth it. They said maybe later in my life I can do it, but like just like as the power that is there is just they said it's just not smart at this time to do two like so close to each other.
Yeah.
Have they ever harmed anyone that you've opened up to about this subject?
No, not that I know of. Like,
Okay.
one thing that they do is, like, the Greys like to mind control people, and they supposedly at their disposal billions of the device that they connect to people's brains. So, like, I don't know how vast their mind control is, and I know that, like, a majority of the people they have connected, like, they don't mind control much. They'll just do something small. But, like, I don't know. It's hard to find it because they're so advanced with mind control. It's, like, the main thing that they focused on. It's hard to find, like, a thought that was propagated by them rather than something else.
Yeah.
Right on.
So what would be your message to people who either don't believe or who are actually experiencing what you do and that probably think that they're, crazy or something?
Well, to the people who don't believe, there's a lot of evidence out there. It's not undisputable proof. Like, the UFO phenomena has been going on for thousands of years, and there's enough abduction cases where it's like, I've had people tell me they think abduction is just sleep paralysis, which is ridiculous. Like, I guess, like, the best theory of that I've heard that's, like, against it is it could be just, like, a very lucid dream. But, like, at this point, like, I've always, like, had a disposition that ETs are out there, just on the sheer numbers of planets in the universe.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, it's just, the main thing that I would say to them, I guess, is if ETs do a first contact, don't freak out. That's one of the main reasons why they don't do it, is, like, supposedly they've agreed on a date, which they won't tell me. But the main reason why they haven't done first contact, which would be, like, the cure for AIDS, no more cancer, diseases go away, awesome new fruit, like, best movies and music you can imagine. Like, who wouldn't want that?
Right.
I want it.
Yeah. They'd all be in 3D.
Yeah, of course. Or we have the holodeck.
Yeah. Oh.
Let's just get nerdy on that. Well, Phil, this is very interesting because I've been talking to everybody, the normal listeners to Zombie Popcorn and just people that I know in person, and everybody has so many different views of what an alien is, or what an alien isn't. It doesn't matter, it depends on where they're coming from. But I think this shined a lot of light onto it. I mean, this is the first time I've ever talked to anybody who's had contact with aliens or with ETs. I guess what is the proper term? Or do they care what we call them?
Not really, as long as it's something not disrespectful.
Yeah,
Right.
but it's totally fascinating.
Oh, one thing they say that the disposition towards the word alien is worse than the disposition towards the phrase ET. So that's one thing that they taught me. But like,
So
I
you're
don't know,
saying
just
so you're saying
just like-
More negative connotations with the word alien as opposed to ET.
yeah,
so they would prefer just because the way people view it for people to say ET.
yeah. It's just, I don't know if it's like a grade manipulation or what, but they just say that
It's probably
typically
because that
people.
movie was so damn cute and everybody
I know, I was
is in
gonna
love with
say,
it.
it's-
Like,
yeah. E.T. versus Geiger. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
you know. Wow. Well, cool. We appreciate you taking your time to speak with us.
yeah. Is there
Yeah,
anything
no
you
problem.
want to share with us before we?
They wanted to touch up on the first contact circles a little more.
Okay.
Basically, the simulation they ran me through, basically, like, up to, like, they say, practically up to, like, 50,000 people will be involved in one circle. And then, like, basically they let me, like, the most interesting thing about it was they let me try out different souls, and they let everyone else try out different souls. So basically, like, I know what some like famous people in history have felt like how their consciousness, what they felt like consciously. That's basically like what I gathered from being able to feel a different soul. And like they say that they've documented the souls of like pretty much everyone on the planet they could like get to for thousands of years. So that's something that the people after first contact can expect, is to like be able to feel like how other people consciously felt. Some of the people the souls that I've felt is Alexander the Great, Jesus, Buddha, Pharaoh, Cleopatra, Hitler, and like they all had their own distinct like feeling to them. It was really interesting.
Wow. I don't even know how you would describe that. I mean, how you could relate to such a feeling.
It's interesting. Do you know offhand, I guess without getting in too much detail,
Well, get into detail.
well, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. If they keep souls on files, if so, is the soul not, is it impermanent? Is it, ongoing forever? Can it be reproduced chemically? Can it be reproduced through, like, programming, binary zeros and ones? They give you insight into what the soul was actually composed of.
Well, they said it can be reproduced with computer coding. Like, for example, they said that they gave their AI a soul, and they say that they don't really tell me like what it's made of. Like, they said that part of how that they let me feel what, like, say, for example, Buddha's consciousness felt like was chemistry. That they changed the chemistry in my mind and changed like something involving with the chakras. And like they've messed with my chakras too before. That's another thing that I've learned since I met them. Like I had heard of chakras, but like I didn't know that they were real. But like they've altered my chakras before. Like one of my first ET experiences was with the Greys. They mind controlled me to like go into the dark woods of a park at like 2 or 3 a.m. It was completely dark. I was flicking my lighter, and like in one of the lighter flicks, a Grey's eyes lit up with the lighter like 4 feet in front of me, and they did like this would have scared me to begin with a lot, but they did like a synthetic fear that shot up my chakras. It went up to my neck chakra, and it was like a burning sensation. So, like, that was a different type of experience.
Wow. In your throat
And
chakra?
Huh?
A burning sensation in your throat chakra?
Yeah, it
Wow.
actually felt kind of good. I know it wasn't something you'd want, but like it just burnt. It was a burning feeling that like felt good. It was like some of their most advanced technology, they say. and they've also done something to my heart chakra, which like the good ETs have like they've made it like spin clockwise, and like it felt really good. And like so basically, like one of the things that the Greys have done to me is like as according to one of the deals that they made, is they've like basically killed my heart chakra. Like I don't have much emotion anymore, which is like I don't know. It's a bad thing and a good thing because like they can torture you in the realm of emotions like really well. So they say it was partially to like protect me from that. But like I don't really have a lot of emotion anymore unless they synthesize it for me.
Wow.
I don't know how to follow that.
Yeah, that's tough.
Well, we want to thank you again for talking with us.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
So
it was a pleasure.
I don't know what to say, but just so I have an understanding, so they've pretty much taken your emotions, but they'll communicate with you through a system which I can only kind of relate to what would be Hal from the movie Alien.
I'm sorry, Dave.
Yeah, and then but you lack emotion unless they give it to you.
Yeah,
but
there's
no
my heart chakra.
But there's no bigger picture to the contact other than one day that for the first contact where they can bring peace. It just seems like there's a lot missing that I don't understand. I don't understand the purpose. If the ultimate goal is to bring peace, what is all of this stuff that you're experiencing relevant? How's that relevant to?
They say that like when the Greys hurt me, it's like mainly out of like a hobby. It's like just something that they like to do. They like to hurt humans and like observe how they react. But it's just sorry, they deleted my mind again.
Oh, it's all right.
Oh, and also they gave me it back. The purpose, when they do something like this, there's always like 1,000 reasons why. So it's just like, in the first contact, like circles, I would be a good speaker in them, like, but I'm not sure if they will happen in our lifetime. It's just like a hope of mine that like that's one of their main purposes in contacting me. And like they also say that they like to get to know like some people on a planet before like they're introduced into the galactic community, and like sometimes they ask like their contacts to speak for the planet. So like because the good ETs they haven't ruled out completely like governments, but they say like for the most part the governments are like a failure to them. Like they make deals with the Greys for like weapon technology instead of like looking after like to like discover like the scientific discovery of the human soul. Like so it's just kind of like a letdown to them, and they've like in some cases gone to alternate means for having representatives of the planet.
Very fascinating. Well, I definitely want to thank you for taking time to talk to us about this. It definitely brings more light to the subject and actually brings a lot of questions to me that I want to look into. And you're always welcome to call in or come on the show again if something amazing happens with you and the aliens, or if they want to tell our listeners anything. You're always welcome back on the show.
All right.
I thank you again for agreeing to come on.
Yeah, no problem.
This is great. Until I guess they're listening, but either way, tell the ETs thank you for allowing us to tap into their AI so we could get some of these questions answered.
They say you're welcome.
Well, thank you.
All right, Phil. Have a good night.
You too.
So that was Phil and his communication with the aliens.
Where do we go from there?
I don't know. I mean, it's, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tempting to say that guy's out of his mind, but you don't know.
You don't know. What do you think? Hey, Jen and 3D Movie Man in the chat room. What did you think of the
only sane person we've ever talked?
It could be. I mean, we have some pretty.
Yeah.
3D Movie Man said a hush fell across the room. Yes, it did. It did indeed. But what did y'all think? I mean, what did y'all think of the interview? I mean, it's very fascinating, man. I mean, I've never talked to anybody who's been in contact with aliens or claimed to be in contact with aliens. So, I mean, bottom line, never been in contact with a person, but him to be so connected with them on a daily basis and be hooked into their AI, which is fascinating. I mean, I love the movie Alien, so when he told me about that, the first thing I thought of was Hal.
Right.
But considering it's controlled by aliens,
right,
or ETs,
I kept thinking of the movie AI, where the mom has to leave the little boy in the woods.
Oh yeah,
and it made me all teary.
I hated that movie though. That movie was horrible.
I like it, but I can totally see why people would hate it.
Yeah, it was so boring.
But it looks gorgeous.
It did look good, but it was boring.
Yeah, I don't care about that. It looks neat. Yeah, and it starts to go on. You're like, oh, it's over. Oh no, wait, there's a new chapter.
There's a new one. Oh, they're going underwater.
Yeah,
please die. No, but 3D Movie Man in the chat room says that he could be insane, or he could be the only person who knows just a little more of the 1950s sci-fi.
That's right. Only time will tell.
Yep. Only time. What do you think, Christina? You brought him on the show.
I don't fully accept what he said, but I've been around
crazy people.
A lot of stories like this because my mom, when I told my mom he was coming on the show, she fully believed him 100%,
really?
Without a doubt. Wow. And she's met people who believe that they've been abducted.
Have your mom on the
I know, that's what I said.
Everybody's mom on the show. That's all we ever talk.
Well, my mom's
We're still trying to get Doy's mom on the show.
Oh yeah. Anybody? If you come on Zombie Popcorn, you have to bring your mom from now on.
Or at least your parental guardian.
Yeah. But yeah.
So she's been around. All
yeah.
That, so yeah, because when she came in, when I saw her the other day, when we ran into her when she bought her new computer, I told her that he was going to channel the aliens, and she was, "Oh, I'm into channeling too," and I was like, "Awesome!"
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't that weird? How
so weird.
You think something is just so bizarre and obscure, and then you talk to someone else,
and they're like,
"It's like their everyday life."
Yeah, because I was telling Jason about this a little while ago. I went. You know, if you guys listened before, we had Doy Porras on the show.
The Filipino goth band.
That's right, from Dominion, the Filipino goth band. And we talked about aswangs, which are like Malaysian vampires, and witch doctors and all this kind of stuff. So I go to get my hair cut the other day in Hair Cuttery. Or I think it was Hair Cuttery, yeah, it's the place up the street. And
we don't sponsor haircuts.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Buy Supercuts. Go to Supercuts this Sunday. And so I go there, and there's only one girl cutting hair, and she's probably in her 20s. She's a Filipino with like bright blonde hair, and so I get my hair cut, and we're talking about something. I can't remember. They always ask you, what do you do? What are you doing today? What are you doing this weekend? And I think it was before I came over to the show, and I started talking about the show, and then somehow we got on the topic. Oh, I know. She was talking about her father and how racist he was, right? And so we started talking about races and different groups of people, and we got on the subject of the Philippines, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm in the know. I know a Filipino guy. Like, I'm all cool. And I told him about the story. And I said, yeah, this is crazy. He started going off about, like, aswangs and all these different creatures. And he said, like, that morning he was having a conversation with his mom about what's the proper blade to kill, an aswang with over breakfast. And she goes, the girl cutting my hair said, well, I'm from Manila, and that's totally none of that is true in the city. But in the country, they're all over the place. And I was like, no way. You gotta fucking be kidding me. And she's like, no, because my uncle was killed by a witch doctor. I was like, are you serious?
By a witch doctor?
By a witch doctor.
Yeah.
This is what she said. She said he had Down syndrome, and I guess he had done something to his nurse, had an altercation, something he wasn't supposed to do. And her grandparents were telling her this story. And so the nurse contacted a witch doctor and had like a spell put on him. And something happened. At any rate, he was killed by a witch doctor. So I was telling this story yesterday to Doy because he called me up. And so I'm like, isn't this crazy? We had this conversation and you know, this girl's uncle was killed by a witch doctor. And his answer he tells me that he has a friend a couple days ago that had a heart attack in the car in the Philippines. And it's a guy that's younger than him. And, you know, his friend is telling him, describing it, saying he felt the squeezing of the chest, sorry, a little low there. The pain down his arm. And he had to pull over to the side of the road and he couldn't get to the hospital because he was in the country, and the people on the side of the road took him to a witch doctor. And he said he drank some weird stuff which got rid of his pain, but you know, he was still having trouble. And Doy's like, dude, you need to go to a hospital. And then he says, because only poor people go to the witch doctor. And I was like, what are you talking about? And so then I told Doy the story of the girl cutting my hair, and his answer, his response to that was, but did she know the type of blade to use? And I was like, yes, she knew to use a Chris to slay the Aswang. So all was well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's totally crazy. You think all this stuff is...
My favorite story is the one you told me yesterday on the phone about how you were at work and you were talking to the IT guys about Tron.
Yeah, the head IT guy. Apparently the whole IT department is really stoked about Tron coming out.
Which is a funny story, but it gets better because you said the next day...
The next day, I see this guy walking in the hall, and he raises his hands up over his head, and he's like, Paul, Clash of the Titans! And I'm standing by the door getting ready to go in my room. And I said, yeah, but I heard the 3D was really bad on it. And so he's still sitting there with his arms and his thumbs up in the air, and his smile starts to bend down a little, you know, and he looks dejected. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, how come? And I was like, well, it's funny you should say that. It was a 2D conversion over to 3D, and it wasn't really done with enough time. Yeah. And so now I think the IT department thinks I know about 3D, so that's pretty sweet.
See, zombie popcorn can help you, kids.
So thank you, 3D movie man and Jason.
Learn everything you need to know on Zombie Popcorn Radio. No, speaking of movies, because it's been at least 3 shows that we...
Since we've talked about a movie?
No, since we talked about Nicolas Cage.
Oh...
Yeah, we watched the trailer.
He is up to some really good stuff. I don't know if we can talk as much trash about Nicolas.
Yeah, somebody...
Although, no, we can, because one of his movies coming out,
The Apprentice or something?
The Sorcerer's Apprentice, which actually looks really good, but there's another one. We watched it not that long ago. It's kind of like the Robin Hood. Remember when Kevin Costner was in Robin Hood and everyone had an accident?
I thought that was the Sorcerer's
No, that was something else.
Oh.
I can't remember. He's coming out with something else where he's like...
Well, he's the Season of the Witch.
Season of the
Yeah.
Witch. That's it.
Which looks good, except he cannot act. We
No,
talked about
it's
this.
so awesome.
We
'Cause I hadn't
talked
watched the
about
trailer.
this, and we talked about this, and the most epic part of the
Ron
scene,
Perlman's in it, who's great in everything.
and the most epic part of the scene, they're like, "We gotta go get the witch. We gotta,"
Yeah.
and he goes,
I'll do it.
"No, he goes." Not if I can help it. But he says it in such a mono horrible, and just like fully kills
It's so
the
great.
scene.
Yeah, it's pretty bad when you make Kevin Costner look really good. You're like, God, couldn't they got Kevin Costner from Robin Hood?
Kevin Costner's a better actor can't do accents either.
No,
so
but-
he's a better actor.
Fuck people, you're an actor. Someone should be able
You're
to
getting
do an accent.
you're getting paid multi-million
Yeah.
dollars.
But Nicolas Cage is trying to get back his fortune because
think
he's
so.
like in 20 movies coming out this year.
what he's trying to do is compete with his son because his son's
His
band-
son's band's taking off.
We're not.
Leave
But
his son
anyway,
alone.
but there is a new movie that looks decent that I won't mind going to see, even though it has Nicolas Cage in it, and that's the Sorcerer's Apprentice, which is based on the
Disney-
Russian. Well, the
no,
poem.
it wasn't that.
No.
It was all invented by Disney.
No. Okay.
Just
so-
like Alice in Wonderland,
Yeah,
Sleeping Beauty, Snow White,
yeah,
all Disney creations.
but yeah. So before Disney, there apparently was a poem by the same name that doesn't really matter because in Fantasia they did a short where Mickey Mouse was the
And
Sorcerer's
that's
Apprentice,
what we'll always know.
and Disney's coming out with a remake, but a live action remake of
But it's
the
not.
Sorcerer's Apprentice. And
It's not a period piece, though. I was expecting
not.
it to be, medieval, jaunty.
yeah, but it actually looks really good. I want to play the trailer for it. There's two of them out. You can watch both of them on zombiepopcorn.com.
And the music in the background is Depeche
yeah,
Mode, which we talked about. We were super excited
But
about.
so if you're in the 3D chat room, you actually can watch this video with us.
No, thank
If
you.
not, you can just listen to it or go to zombiepopcorn.com to actually watch the trailer.
Sorry.
Yes, that's
We're not professional.
I know.
Talk over the microphone. all you want.
we can mute you though. So here, let me get it set up, and this would be the Sorcerer's. Wait, hold on. I'll get this right one day. All right.
Can you hear me? My
Here it is.
cardigan.
I have been searching all over the world for you. I have been searching all over the world for you. You are going to be a force for good and a very important sorcerer. But for now, you're my apprentice.
I'm a what?
Are you insane? I'm gonna give you the basics. If the sorcerer's weak, his magic is weak. Everything we do is to protect man.
I'm not a hero. I'm just a physics nerd.
So, let's go train. Weapon of choice, plasma bolt. I got one! And again.
How'd you do that?
I'm a sorcerer.
Well, that's new.
All that drivel about good versus evil. The world's about two things: power and control.
Great men have always been called. This is your calling.
Oh, right. So we're supposed to save the world. Knuckle bump.
Might as well. You should run.
But so that's the new trailer for Sorcerer's Apprentice. Of course, buffering time always makes it a good appearance.
That more exciting.
Yeah. So what are you saying?
I was just making fun of our quality. That's all.
It's
Nothing
good.
important.
Nothing important, but yeah, I think it looks decent.
It does look good.
I wish it was in 3D.
Well,
You're not loud. What'd your
yeah.
what's that?
I'm number 3.
You're on.
Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
There
hear
we
you.
go. All right.
3D Movie Man says, play the Kick-Ass trailer. We've done that.
You know, speaking of that, Jan doesn't want to go see it in the theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you want to go see it? In the back alley?
She doesn't want to see it.
She just see it. It looks okay, but not that good.
Well, 3D Movie Man even in the chat room says it's the only Nick Cage movie that he's tempted to go see. Not Kick-Ass, but I'm talking about.
He's not even tempted to go see what we just saw?
The Sorcerer's Apprentice. No, that's what he's saying.
Oh, okay,
That's what he's saying.
So he's not tempted to see Kick-Ass at all?
I don't know.
Or what about...
No, he is. He wants to see it.
What about his car chase one that's coming up?
Jen says that it looks good because Nicolas Cage is awesome.
Nicolas Cage isn't that awful, but when he's awful,
it's bad.
It's really bad.
No,
but when he's good, he's great. Raising Arizona is awesome.
We had this conversation the other
It's
night.
like the best movie in the world.
And
Well, it's not the best in the world.
I think he's only good in Valley Girl.
He plays white trash really well.
And Raising Arizona.
No, he was good in Bringing Out the Dead.
Bringing Out is that the ambulance driver one?
Yeah.
That was good. That was good, yes. But of all the movies
and he
he's
was
been
good
into,
in Wild at Heart.
Oh yeah, he was.
This is my snakeskin jacket. It represents my belief in personal freedom.
That movie's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Paul's
David
love
Lynch,
of,
dude. It's a.
David Lynch, bitch.
You're always accusing me of something on every show. This show, Paul's gay and he comes out. This show.
I only said that in the description of the show.
That's
I never
true,
said that
that's true.
on the air.
That's true.
But I will now.
Yeah.
If you
It was
listen to the
probably
last
from the
week's
head.
show, you can actually hear the moment when Paul comes out of the closet.
Yeah.
Just don't tell his wife.
Oh, okay.
Anyways.
It was the scent of lavender candles.
It was it,
slipped
yeah.
out.
I thought things were a little strange.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but yeah, it's working good. So yeah, I think the Sorcerer's Apprentice. What do you think? You saw the trailer. Oh, she's not going to talk now.
Yeah,
The
she's like,
alien.
fuck it, she's over
Alien
it.
boy. She's like, I just want to text. I talked to the alien boy.
Yeah. If only there was a way I could communicate with my thumbs to you guys.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
like,
There you go.
there you go. Yeah. She's like, I just wanted to get his number so I could call him for a date. Now she's got that.
Yeah.
She's going to take off. All right.
So,
But anyway.
what else are we...
No, I'm not that into the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Why?
I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me on any level, really.
Because of Nicolas Cage, or just...
Yeah, all Nicolas Cage.
You like Nicolas Cage?
I know I don't like Nicolas Cage.
See,
I'm starting fan club.
you
Are
can't.
You should.
Well,
The
3D
East
Movie Man
Coast
just
chapter, the
3D Movie
Norfolk
Man just
chapter.
said like, "Oh my God, Ghost Rider." All I need to say.
That was
Awful.
the second worst movie I think I've ever seen.
Really?
The worst was when I was in the hospital. I watched Paul Blart Mall Cop. And I love that guy, Kevin James. I think
Have you
he's
seen
hilarious.
the trailer
That is
for?
an awful fucking movie.
I finally watched the Red Band trailer for Hot Tub Time Machine. That movie looks.
It looks so good.
I want to see it.
Yeah, see, this one I wanted to see, and Jan just kind of goes,
Have you seen the Red Band trailer?
No, but all you have to see, you know what sells me on that movie?
John Cusack.
No,
Kind of.
the hair from the Kid and Play.
No, it's the guy, that guy.
Yeah.
I can't remember the actor's name,
Pretty
the
good.
black dude. And when he
that?
just kind of looks at the camera and goes, it's like some kind of hot tub time machine.
Maybe-
His eye looks, it is so hilarious.
It is pretty.
I
Awesome.
really want to see that.
It was really good.
Yeah, we'll play the trailer later.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Huh? We're getting there. Okay, I guess we're gonna talk about this because Miley's obsessed with it. She's probably watched this trailer at least 100 times today, and probably twice that much last night when I first introduced it to her. It was one of the latest posts that I put on Zombie Popcorn, and it's the Guardian, the Legends of the Guardian, and Dude, she is picky. Look at
I
this.
know. Then maybe you should give up your
Here,
seat.
you want to sit here now. Ladies and gentlemen, Miley's taking over Zombie Popcorn Radio. No, but
It's gonna be a big shock for all 4 people.
Yeah. Woo! Who's that?
Talk about shockers again.
Dude, you don't know. But yeah, so anyway. And why is nothing working tonight? Anyway, let's talk about something else until I get this going. Yeah, so you've been obsessed by this movie, and here we go. It's based on a children's story, a series of books that you could get back in the day when
Kids read books.
Yeah, when books existed. Back in my day, we had, but it's actually going to be a 3D
Books
movie.
only had one side.
And they were written on stone. But this is an upcoming 3D movie that's going to be out in September, and it looks absolutely amazing if you're into stuff like this. And so,
I'm sure there's more to it than just owls.
no, all it is owls.
That's
Have
it.
you
There's
not
not
seen
even a
it?
plot line. They're just looking in front of the camera.
The Kestrel.
Yeah.
I watched it as a documentary of Kestrels. Just the camera on them. No talking.
Well,
Just on them.
nobody
4
can.
hours long.
Anyway,
Sounds like
let's
the Penguin
watch.
movie.
Let's watch this since nobody can hear what Miley's saying, and we're all being quiet.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna talk if I want to talk.
You can talk all you want, but we're gonna have a radio show. Here's the trailer.
Legend tells of a band of noble warriors. Legend tells of a band of noble warriors, known as the Guardians of Ga'Hoole. Whenever trouble is at hand, seek them out, for they are sworn to protect the innocent and vanquish evil. Should I stop?
Oh, what?
No.
Oh, this is my favorite part.
What happened next?
Then Light strikes the final blow.
The Guardians win. La 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 la. They go home. The end. Think about something real.
They're real. I picture myself standing on a great cliff with the Guardians, ready for battle. Come on, I'll race you. Whoa. What's going on? We need to find the Guardians. They're the only ones who can save us.
We're each other's family now. We'll find them together.
When you've blown as far as you can, you're halfway there!
What did he say?
We're halfway there!
You too can be a great guardian one day.
Whoop. So that's that.
Yay.
Yay. But, well,
Owls and stuff. Really not stuff, just owls. With helmets.
yeah, it looks good. It looks fun. 3D Movie Man says that he didn't get to see Happy Feet. Neither did I, because I boycotted that because it was supposed to be released in 3D and they pulled the plug on it.
Well, I saw part of it, and about 15 minutes into it, I wanted to put a fucking bullet in my head from the music. So.
Was it bad?
Yeah, it's fucking
Well, that
awful.
soundtrack was 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah.
That was playing.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now she wants to go see it.
Yeah, yeah. Now I might have a chance of having sex tonight. Jared Leto has entered the room.
Awesome. So, yeah, that actually looks really good. What was the other movie that we talked about?
We were going to talk about the Human Centipede, which is
that's later.
freaking awesome looking.
That looks amazing.
And it's done by IFC, the Independent Film Channel, who I know we're supposed to support like independent cinema, but let's be honest, most of the stuff on that channel sucks. It's pretty bad. It's like the Sundance Channel. You want to like it, but you just kind of like, God, this shit's kind of boring.
What is this particular movie about?
This is called the Human Centipede. And
it's about an evil, crazy doctor and his...
Well, what happens?
You know what? No, his visionary ideas of what the human body can be.
He adds a bunch of legs to a human.
No,
it's better than that.
I guess we're going to have to play the trailer for this, because it's amazing. It's just a really cool concept. I guess we should just watch the trailer instead of trying to describe it, because it would be much better. So I guess we're going to jump into a third trailer here. I don't know if I can do full screen on this one.
Maybe not. There's going to be an ad for Jimmy John's or something like that.
That was a funny fucking ad.
They've got different ones. I've watched these twice.
Here, I'm going to mute that real quick until the ad's over, because I don't want to give free advertisement. You give me money before you get on my show.
Please, somebody.
But yeah, this movie is amazing. It's just, I think... I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
it
looks really eerie.
Yeah. So 10 seconds, and we'll switch over to the video.
Favorite sandwich delivery guys.
Going live. Full screen. Give me full screen. Give me volume.
Yes. I was wondering if I could get driving directions to a nightclub called.
Hello, sweetie. No, we're in Germany right now. Maybe we can talk to you later? All right, we miss you. Bye, Amy. Bye, sweetie.
I think driving directions to a nightclub called.
Hello, sweetie. No, we're in Germany right now. Maybe we can talk to you later? All right, we miss you. Bye, Amy. Bye, sweetie.
I think we're supposed to turn.
I thought you knew exactly where we were going.
What was that?
We came from over here, I swear. We just got a little lost. Okay? Yes, we're not a little lost. We're really lost. Oh, can anyone help? Oh, we got a flat tire. Can we come in?
Something to drink? They're tourists.
We are on a road trip through
like
Europe.
Yeah.
Can you call the emergency car service for us?
You have a really lovely home.
A Siamese triplet. Connected via the gastric system. The Human Centipede first sequence. We start with cutting the ligaments of the kneecap. Still bonds in it. Here comes to here!
Totally fucking awesome. The buffering is just really bad for us tonight, but that movie looks amazing. I think that's going to be such a good film.
Yeah. The Siamese triplet.
I know.
Sick.
I'd want to be the guy in the front, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've, often... Well, I mean, when we're together, I'm usually the guy in the front, but that's just...
That's connected differently.
Yeah. My little caboose.
3D Movement, yes, I know, pre-buffer, but we don't do that on this show. Come on. We are live, and we're going to do it like
That's
you're
right.
sitting at your own damn computer.
That's all right.
No, but that's he says in the chat room that their cell phone stopped working when their tire blew out.
No, of course it stopped working.
Well, yeah, that's what always happens.
They don't have cell phone service in Germany.
You can't.
I think. Yeah.
Germany's not up with the technology.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So that movie looks good, and I don't know what.
All techno music, no cell phone service. That's
True.
Germany.
I mean, that's industrial workers.
Yeah.
You don't need a cell phone.
That's
when you're
right.
Industrial work.
Yeah.
Industrial revolution. No
You got to
cell
write a letter to Leibach, and then they give you permission. That was maybe funny to one person.
And that was that one person.
Yeah. And that was someone in this room.
Damn it.
That's pretty bad.
But earlier today, I leaked Resident Evil Afterlife 3D trailer, or bootleg, not really leaked. Somebody just took a camera and filmed it. Hit the internet, and then later on in the day, I forgot what website brought it out. I think it was Bloody Disgusting or one of those.
We really wouldn't have a show if it wasn't for that site.
Why?
Because most everything we have printed up says Bloody Disgusting on the...
No, that's only from because I'm going to quote them
yeah.
later on the show, because the trailer for the Human Centipede came from Shock Till You Drop.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Damn you.
I know.
Damn you. No, anyway. But that's a new 3D movie coming out, Resident Evil, which kind of looked good. I'm not a fan of the Resident Evil movies.
I saw the first one. And, it's okay. You can take it or leave it.
We saw, didn't we watch parts of the last one too?
I think, maybe.
I did see the Splice trailer today, and I wasn't really that impressed with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just wasn't.
What
but
about...
That's what they're saying. That's what they're talking about in the chat room. That's why I brought that up. But what I am kind of excited about is Michael Bay is going to. The rumor is that he's remaking Rosemary's Baby.
Interesting. I've still yet to see that. I've always wanted to watch.
You haven't seen?
No,
Where's
I haven't.
Josh?
I know. He should call in and chastise me.
He probably hasn't seen it either.
No, he probably hasn't.
Come on, what are you talking about?
No, I know he hasn't. I'm sure 3D Movie Man has. And Eric, whatever happened to him?
I don't know.
He's always seen classics like that. But
They're
yeah,
making
I've
Soylent
never...
Green. Are they really? I haven't heard about that.
That is disgusting. That
With
movie...
the remake or just the movie, or both?
No, the remake
Oh.
of that is that movie is so good. Yeah, it's just an awesome movie. And plus, there's the Soylent Green Wupscut song where he samples the German version of Soylent Green.
Yeah.
We should play one day.
We should play one day.
I didn't realize that's what that quote
Yeah.
was, that it was the German.
Yeah, when you hear the German guy yell Soylent Green is Mensch. Something like that.
But if 3D Movement told me on Twitter that probably about a week ago that he's going to Texas Frightmare Weekend, which is coming up at the end of this month, I think it is.
Nice.
And Anchor Bay is actually going to show footage at that festival of the remake of I Spit on Your Grave.
Really? See, I watched that.
See, I watched it when I was a kid, and I enjoyed it. I watched it now, and it's just a boring rape flick.
Yeah, I didn't really like it when I saw it. A rape, and then, okay, I'm going to kill you, then you... I mean, it just... I never got what the big deal was about that movie.
I don't know. I mean, back in that era when those movies came out, anyway, every movie plot was a woman gets raped.
Yeah, what was up with the 70s?
There was a lot of rape in the
There was a
70s
lot of-
movies, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Fucked up
I remember like discovering. Hopefully, my parents.
Discovery of Rape? What?
No, discovering Cinemax
Oh.
as a kid, and like those movies, Emmanuel would always come on, and they were made in the 70s, and you know, you're 14, you're like entranced by boobs and all this stuff. You're watching it, and then Emmanuel gets raped by all these guys. And then all of a sudden she likes it and she's into it, and he's like, "Yes, give in to your carnal desires." And even at 14, I'm like, "This is fucked up. What's up with all the rape in these movies?"
And then you went, if they would only make this a horror movie, it'd be good.
Yeah. I don't. I never understood the whole like rape themed movie.
I never have either, because they don't add anything to the plot. True, I guess if
just like the remake of Halloween. Remember, we rented it.
Yeah, that part wasn't shown
Which
in
one?
the theater.
Oh yeah,
the rape scene in Halloween.
And I was like, that really wasn't necessary.
I mean, because it wasn't in the theaters.
It was not necessary.
So how's that for uncomfortable? You show up in some guy's apartments and we sit here and talk about rape.
Anyway, we should move forward.
After his wife lights some candles, we sit around and talk about rape. That's awful.
Anyway, so
The one that Rob Zombie did?
yeah,
coming out soon. It was been announced. Is Axel Foley's coming back in Beverly Hills Cop 4?
You know, the only thing I really like about Beverly Hills Cop is the theme song to it. My sister got a Casio in the 80s that had like the lights, and it had these little discs you could put in, and it would teach you how to play the songs. And it had one called Axel F, and I was like, "What is this?" And I put it in. It was like, you know.
Yeah.
Awesome. Such a good song.
It is a good song. How many movies has that been in?
I just think the first 3 Beverly Hills Cops.
You think so?
Yeah. And maybe like some kind of parody or something.
I don't know. But yeah, I don't know why they're wanting to remake, or not remake, but do another Beverly Hills Cop.
Apparently, there are no writers left in Hollywood.
There is not a creative bone in their body except for, that's the trailer that we were going to play, was Hot Tub
Time Machine.
Yeah. Oh no, that's why I brought up Resident Evil. Thanks for saying James Cameron. That movie is going to be in 3D, and they're using the 3D system that James Cameron and
What
Mr.
movie's going
Price.
to be in 3D?
Resident Evil.
Oh, okay.
The new one.
I was thinking Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Yeah. No, but they're using the same technology that James Cameron and Mr. Price created for Avatar. So it's going to be the top of the line best 3D that you can get right now.
So it's going to be zombies in 3D.
I've been waiting for a 3D zombie movie.
That's cool.
So it's good. Let me know if you're going to talk, because I'll mute you. Oh, sorry. And Battle Angel, I haven't heard much.
Hey, listen, little lady, if you're going to talk, you need to get permission from...
Well, I just know how when girls start breaking out stuff, they're like, "Ah!" So, and us guys, we stay focused.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you a hard time. But anyway, since we were talking about 3D, and Clash of the Titans is getting such bad reviews for the 3D quality in there, 3D Movie Man says no girls talking. It says it came from the chat room.
Wow.
Suck it.
Anyway, going back to 3D movies.
Yeah,
2D, 3D
it's real easy to be tough in the chat room, isn't it? 3D Movie Man.
It's really easy for us to be tough on the radio too.
But we're not really.
We're not,
we have to.
But anyway, I want to just bring up what BloodyDisgusting.com wrote about, and an interview they did recently. They interviewed the director from the movie Drive Anchor, which is another Nicolas Cage movie that's going to be in 3D.
Yes.
But they said something really amazing on their site, and I love them for it. And I printed it out just so I could read it. They said, seriously, I'm getting super fed up with this 3D bullshit. James Cameron made it so the technology wouldn't be a gimmick, yet all of the studios are using post-conversion process to save money and energy. Their excuse? They don't have the budget. My answer, so what? We should pay extra money for shit product. Dimension has shit Piranha 3D coming out. Warner Brothers Pictures shit Clash of the Titans is now in theaters, and Disney's shit Alice in Wonderland. Keep making shit and watch the consumers turn your back. You want 3D to succeed? Do it right. And the director for Drive Angry reflects that same attitude. And I can't agree with them more. I mean, seriously, if they're going to do 3D, they need to do it right.
You might as well
I
go out
agree,
and do
because
it.
every time I go see a 3D movie, I'm just like, this is 2D, and I'm wearing glasses, and they keep falling off, and it's annoying.
I don't understand
I did,
how
and it didn't look 3D to me.
it didn't look 3D.
No.
What movie was this?
Alice in Wonderland, and the other 3D one I saw. I forget what it
My
was.
Bloody Valentine.
No.
Oh.
It was recently.
Did you have your glasses on the right way?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
They were over your eyes.
Somebody
though, right?
helped me. So.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they're laughing at you saying that you can't see 3D.
She's like a lower mammal than us. What are you, some kind of dog?
What's wrong with you?
that?
We have a loving chat room tonight.
Yeah. Wouldn't that suck though if that was your handicap? And
If you couldn't see 3D?
My old psychology teacher said
I
that
guess if
he
you-
couldn't see in 3D.
Well, there are a small percentage of people who can't.
He said when he looked, everything looked like he was looking at a painting or a picture. It was just 2D, flat.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you
It's-
have one eye.
Well, true. And I've met so many people who have had one eye, but not consciously thought about it. And they were like, so what do you think of this movie? And obviously it's a 3D movie, so you know how that conversation is going to go. 3D is fucking awesome, blah, blah, blah. And they're just sitting there staring at me like,
I
I don't
guess.
know.
Do you know a lot of one-eyed people?
I do. I know at least 3.
Are you serious?
I know of one. Yeah. The guy that lives across the street from my parents.
Oh, well, he had cancer or something, right?
Yeah, well. But he still has one eye. I mean, it doesn't matter how it happened.
It's not different.
I mean, he yelled at me as a kid,
You have
you know.
one eye?
We're like that.
This eye I can't see very well out of. Does that count?
Maybe you need
Maybe
corrective
you-
Oh, maybe that's
lenses
why the
with
3D
your-
doesn't work.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Maybe
Can
you have
see the screen?
astigmatism and you can't because it doesn't work well for me unless I have my glasses on.
Really?
Oh, so
Yeah.
that could be it. So I don't
Because
know.
my eyes don't focus correctly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's that silence we got from the interview.
Yeah. it
When
shows
we're-
up a
when we're
lot.
puzzled- when we're puzzled by something, we just go, huh? Aliens?
Witchcraft?
3D? Glasses? Oh, you want to speak of the witchcraft?
Oh.
Tell the story. Good. Make it a long story. I'll be back.
Because we got nothing to fill it with. So, because I don't have any life and had nothing to do, Jan finally made me get ready around 1 o'clock today. And she was like, you need to stop taking naps all day. So I got up and we decided to go for a drive and talk to someone in Norfolk. But it turned out he was a little too busy and he didn't really want to hang out with us. So we started driving around and we go to Ward's Corner, part of Norfolk, and we see this bookstore. It's like one of those used mom and pop bookstores that somehow are still around. So normally we go into the giant chain stores and shun the mom and pop ones, but we were feeling kind. So we went into this place and it was really cool. If lack of selection is cool, but no, it was really neat because, you know, those used bookstores always smell really good. They've got that smell. And so I go looking in the sci-fi section because I like the really thin sci-fi books that don't require a lot of effort. And I found this Fantastic Stories anthology that was made in October of '78, which is when I was born. October is '78. And so I'm skimming through it, and, you know, it's okay. It's got the usual kind of sci-fi short stories in it, and lots of pictures of Star Trek-themed things, which, you know, I can take it or leave it. An ad for Kent cigarettes in the middle of the thing. But then I come across this page that I went and checked in some of the other ones, and it was only in this one. So I had to get this. And it's a 2-page fold-out here in the book in the middle that just says The Magic Power of Witchcraft, and it has the dripping letters coming down. Now enjoy a life of unbelievable riches, lasting love, and constant protection with the secrets in this startling witch book. Whatever it is you need or want, Witchcraft can get it for you quickly, easily, and automatically, say these experts. So it goes on, and it's written by Gavin Frost and Mrs. Yvonne Frost. And you also get a free Witches Protection Amulet just for examining the witch book. And it talks about all sorts of great things, like the secrets of silent persuasion. There is a magic handshake that witches often use, revealed on page 62.
Page 62.
Yeah. With this secret, you can implant a thought in someone's mind.
Well, we learned about that.
Yeah, I know. We ought to send some... Maybe
so maybe he just got the...
Yeah. Oh. Leave your enemies groveling in the dust. It's awesome. But there's like this picture of this melting candle. Yes, witchcraft. Every time you hear the word, it brings with it feelings of occult secrets. Secrets that you would like to know so that your life can be better. So that your enemies will stop bothering you. So that you can find serenity, love, power, and comfort can be yours. The magic of witchcraft. So, yeah. And I think this book at the time sold for $9.98. So there's a little thing you can cut out here.
Hey, 3D Movement or anybody in the chat room, if you want to do a Google search for us and put the link in the chat room, see if we can actually find this book.
Gentlemen, please rush me a copy of The Magic Power of Witchcraft by Gavin and Yvonne Frost. I enclose $9.98 in full payment and understand that I may examine the book for 30 days entirely risk-free. And, oh, wow, this is back when you could get it COD. And it talks about things like the witch's money jar, the witch's money magnet, and the witch's black mirror. And what else can you learn in here? You can learn how to cast spells that really work.
Well, I'm going to learn to cast spells that don't work.
Inhaling cosmic energy. Recharging your cosmic batteries. Witchcraft, the power to make you irresistible to others. You can heal yourself like witches do, and dissolves any gallstone. I just noticed that. I didn't even see that.
Oh, wait, 3D Movement actually found it.
Oh, nice. NDM developed gallstones when his illness became too troublesome to ignore. He went to a doctor.
You can get it for $1.
Are you serious? We gotta order this. Oh. How to future. And what's funny is we had been into this little like new agey store right before we went in here, and I secretly asked for a sign, and this is what I found. So
that's awesome.
We're gonna have to order this book.
Here.
And
the cover of it looks horrible.
I know.
I'm gonna put it up so people if you're in the chat room, you can actually see this. Yeah, everybody.
Yeah. Is it bad water? Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh.
Brings.
Am I gonna die?
Maybe. Yeah. Bring everybody in that
witchcraft.
conversation. Here it is. Let me mute those girls. But anyway, here it is, the magic power of witchcraft.
Oh, dude, that's the same candle. There we go.
Oh, it is. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
Look, you can get two new books. There it is. You can get 2 new books for $84.99. Or you can get 20 used books for $1.80.
Yeah, let's hit that used book.
No, I want the new one.
Yeah, you know what else we should try before? After we went into this store, we ended up going into a little place called Taste of Europe that was like
Taste of
Europe. All Eastern Bloc countries represented. Latvia, Poland. Witchcraft. So yeah, there was. So we had like this Polish candy bar that was pretty good. And I bought some soda for us to try because I'm a soda junkie. If you can't tell, you've been drinking my Red Bull during my $4
But you gave
Red
up on
Bull.
Dr. Pepper, and you even created the.
I still
Dr.
enjoyed
Pepper.
it. I had Dr. Pepper today with lunch. But because a lot of times I run low on energy, I like to have a lot of Red Bull because it simulates emotion. So
Maybe you've been possessed by aliens.
yeah, I think I just
Or witches.
yeah. I think a hex has been put on me.
You need that book.
I need that
You need the
book.
book.
But yeah, so I got this soda for us, and it is tarragon flavored soda. And as someone who doesn't really eat plants that much, I don't even know what tarragon is. I mean, I've heard the name. Tarragon. It's like hemlock. Thank you.
Oh, look, there it is. Let me get.
No,
wait,
it's
before you
a
open it,
real
before you
one.
open it. Let's give
All
the
right.
3D view of the tarragon bottle.
Soda.
Here it is in 3D. Get your glasses on.
Wow,
There's
you
another.
guys even
There's
have
a
bottle openers.
I know, man.
I just
Bob's
usually
good.
have to use my
3D
shirt.
Move Man gave us an eBay link here. Let's see what we
It
got
smells
here.
like nothing I've ever smelled before.
But you've never
It like
smelled
doesn't
it
have a smell. Do you want to sip? Do you want to pour it into a little cup and we'll
Sure,
give you some?
we'll try it.
Would
Look
you
at
like
this.
some tarragon?
It's
soda?
been
Anybody
revised.
want-
Look, there's a 1999 edition of the book.
Oh, I don't want that one.
No, but it's only 75 cents.
Oh, okay. I want that one.
It's been revised. It's The Power of White Witchcraft revised.
Oh, now it's got the word white in front of it. That's no fun.
Racist.
Yeah. The cover isn't as cool. I like the
No.
other one with the melting candle.
Yeah, the melting candle's way
Ooh,
better.
we got fancy
They added
Cove
the
heaving
whites to the
glasses here.
witchcraft. Okay.
So here
Paul's
we're going to pour our
oh, look at that!
tarragon
Look at that!
soda.
Ooh, look at that! Fizzy. We're sharing, huh? Awesome. This makes real good radio right here.
Yeah.
Boys and girls, this is Paul pouring nice little green antifreeze into a glass for us to
There you
drink.
go.
We're gonna have a
Have
good
some
time tonight,
tarragon.
and thank you for joining us.
If I knew
as
how
we
to
drink.
toast in Russian, I would. And here we go. So let's try it out.
Cheers. Is it good? Wait, are they spitting it out? Oh my god, she almost threw up. Did you see her gag?
Really?
Wait. Wait, let me unmute you. Tell us about it.
Oh my god.
I think it's pretty good.
The taste was fine, but it was so thick I couldn't swallow it.
You started gagging over there. That was.
And you would think that like Eastern Bloc soda would be really thin, but apparently it's
You think
rich
that's
and
thin?
frothy.
It's kind of antifreeze. There's no flavor to that.
Mm-mm.
None at all.
It got caught. It was scary.
Cheers, Steve. Yeah,
it's nothing.
I'm kind of
Oh, yeah.
disappointed in that. I was hoping
And I'm
for
sure
something
our
really
listeners
foul.
are too.
Yeah, I think they've been disappointed since 7 o'clock.
Oh man, no! How could they be disappointed from 7 o'clock? There was such a good alien interview going on.
Yeah, I think there's just a picture of tarragon, green like tarragon.
Our antifreeze.
Yeah, it is very sweet.
Is
So
it sweet? I didn't think it was sweet at all. Let's try it again. Hold on.
It's sweet. It tastes good. Yeah. I think I just took too big of a drink.
There's no flavor to that to me.
It's primo soda.
Primo. But yeah, I think we should do the Red Band trailer. But I gotta find it real quick.
The what trailer?
The Red Band trailer for
Hot tub time machine.
Hot tub.
It's like some sort of hot tub time machine.
It's kind of awesome. But yeah,
That movie looks so good.
let's talk about something while I look for this.
Oh, right on.
You were telling me something about something.
Yeah, well, it was that one day when we talked and we brought up that something,
Yeah, that's something that was good.
and then
When
So
I
do
was
you-
a kid, I really wanted to be a witch, if that counts.
Really?
Because
Yeah.
of Sabrina for like forever.
Oh, you meant like
Oh
like-
wait, she just made
like
us
last
all
week.
old. Yeah.
You wanted the
Everybody,
talking cat.
she's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did actually.
But you know, there's a drinking game to Sabrina.
Is there?
Every time the cat talks, you take a shot.
Really?
Yeah.
When I was like 7, when I got my cat, it was black, and I wanted to name it Salem.
Wow.
It was like my dream when I was a kid to be a witch.
So
That's
when you were a
awesome.
kid, Sabrina the Teenage Witch was on TV.
Yeah.
When you were a kid.
Yeah.
Wow. I think when I got my our first place, Sabrina was on TV.
Yeah, well, we're old.
When you
Yeah,
were a
that's
kid.
what we were hinting at. We just weren't coming out and saying it.
Well, at least
It's more painful
You're old,
when you
yeah.
say it.
Yeah, because usually I'm the youngest guy in the room, but
not today.
not today.
Oh, there's a drinking game to Lost too. Apparently,
There's a drinking game to everything,
Yeah.
I think.
every time Jack makes a weird face, you drink. The game is called Jack Face.
That's a good name.
Thank you, chat room, for that little bit of trivia.
There was a scene in Frasier where Frasier, his brother, and his dad are all playing a drinking game, watching the Antiques Roadshow. And every time they say like veneer, they would take a shot.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they say veneer a lot?
Not a lot, not really. Unless they're talking about the furniture. You get those two like twin guys that are really into the antique furniture. And I love that show.
Really?
Yeah, this is making for some really awesome
I'm
radio.
curious
This
why
is
you
turning
like...
into like 3 in the morning NPR.
You know,
my sweaty wiener.
When we were watching the movie.
Yeah. Actually, I really like it.
Speaking of NPR, did you listen to the Matthew Show's new program?
No, I didn't.
I am
You sent it
so
to me,
fascinated with
but
it. It's so good. If you haven't, he actually was a guest writer just a couple days ago for Zombie Popcorn. And he wrote about his new project, which is really awesome. It's looking into stories from people that he grew up with so far, and I'm sure it's going to branch out further. But it's kind of defining at the core what failure is or isn't in life. And the name of the program is The Band That Never Existed.
Mm-hmm.
And the program starts off when he was in high school. He was in a band. They were all band geeks. And,
right.
You know, and they got together and they became friends and they started this band.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about how they would play concerts, but their music never sounded like what it was in their head. They always played not the music, but what they potentially could be.
Right.
And the story kind of goes on. It's actually really good. If you have a chance, go to zombiepopcorn.com and read about the band that never was. I mean, it's a really good story. I mean, I grew up with these guys, so the town that they're talking about, I grew up in there, so I understand where they're coming from, and maybe that's why I'm attached to it. But I think the storytelling and the way it's done, because he puts his, the Matthew Show, he plays his own music. He was on Zombie Popcorn and he played music. And he actually sets the story, because when he was on the show, he was talking about wanting to do something like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And this is his project. This is what he's doing. And that's kind of what we've been talking about that we're working on.
Right, only we procrastinate.
No, actually, we're not procrastinating. I put a new ad out in Dallas, Texas, to try to get people to call. And if you want to call, I guess I can go ahead and tell it on the Zombie Popcorn Radio.
Seriously, I can't believe you're going to let Matthew beat us. People, call in. Not you. Listeners.
So the new project me and Paul are working on is, we don't have an official name for it yet.
or a plan.
Well, we have a plan, but right now we're trying to gather people's stories. We're interviewing people for the radio show, and we're also interviewing them outside of the radio show. And we just want people who have any story that they find interesting or they think anybody would love to hear.
Yeah.
And I'm asking people to call.
And it's a basic kind of everybody has a story kind of thing.
And we want to hear it, and we want to put this project together of just how closely connected we are in our life and our stories.
Yeah.
And
because if people will download this shit from us, they'll listen to your
They're
story
listening
too. So.
But no, your story is probably much better. And if you want to call and leave a story, I've set up a hotline, which is Zombie Popcorn Hotline. But the number is 757-337-2195. That's 757-337-2195. You can just call and just leave your message, your story. And if you want us to contact you more, if you feel like your story needs more in-depth questioning or more time or whatever, just leave your contact information on there, and we'll contact you, and we'll do it. And I think it's going to be a fun project. We're interviewing people on the street and wherever we go, and we want you to be a part of it. So call in and let us know what your story is, and all that fun jazz. So it's 757-337-2195. Call us and share your story. Speaking of story, let's go ahead and play a trailer for Hot Time Machine.
Because there's nothing wrong with a bunch of dudes sitting in a hot tub.
No, actually there is, but we're not going to get into that.
Yeah.
It's
hey, bro, want me to rub some Old Spice on you?
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. I almost went and bought an Old Spice cologne set
Did you really?
at Target, and Jan forbade me. She was
Damn
like-
it, Jen.
And I said, but we can put it on right before every show. It'll be like.
Why would you do that, Jen?
Yeah, I know. So I don't want you smelling like my dad. No. Wow.
That's kind of creepy. I don't
Yeah.
even just stop that
Yeah.
conversation. Okay. And 3D Movie Man, this is for you. I'm pre-buffering this movie, this trailer. So this is the pre-buffering Kill the Dead Air talk. Okay. Anyway, here is the trailer, the Red Band trailer. So if you're under 18 or whatever the limit is that they put on this, please do not watch. You can listen, just don't watch. I mean, that's what they do. I don't know.
Hey, why didn't we just go to Pinnacle? It would have taken like half the time.
Because Pinnacle is the Snow Hill equivalent of a gay bar. Do you want to go there now? Because it's on the way. We can drop you off. Hey, pull over.
Believe me, you want to be hitting Kodiak Valley, especially at your age. Trust me, Jay. Nobody gets carded and everybody gets laid.
Streets are paved with wet vaginas.
Sounds gross.
Fuck you. Yes, I would like to get a hooker to fuck me and my friends. What? Whatever, semantics. I want an escort to escort our penises into her vagina. Should do 4? What about 3? Okay, Jacob, you're out. I need $3,000.
Oh, I'm not there.
I mean, what the fuck? What else are we gonna do, huh? What the hell?
Guys, come look at this. We got a hot tub.
I want a toast to the good time.
What the hell happened last night?
Guys! Nobody wants to see your giant shit, Lou. Get the fuck in here right now!
We're not gonna run into ourselves. We are ourselves.
Why are we in our young bodies and you in your regular
Yeah,
body?
shouldn't you be invisible or swim around some guy's ball sack?
I know!
I don't understand. We back in time.
So scared. Come on, I really gotta be the asshole that says it.
Must be some kind of hot tub time machine.
Watch out, here I come.
We can beat this thing. We gotta do exactly what we did 20 years ago.
I'm married now. I can't go around banging chicks.
It's 1986, Nick. You can't cheat on somebody you haven't met.
Are you crying?
Oh, hell no, baby. Water splashing my face, motherfucker.
There's money in here, man. We should be setting ourselves up. Like fucking Marty McFly, that shitty Back to the Future when he stole that sports almanac.
It's stealing.
You're stealing from me right now, from my happiness.
Get you
When
every
I
time.
find myself a sexy ski instructor, and I'm gonna wax this fucking ball.
Mom?
Later, homos.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
What she means is that she works at the ski rental place, right? And that's her job, is cleaning the poles.
I could be off, but I think it's in reference to blowing a dude.
Get Tub this March and see more at kicksandpasts.com.
Well, that's it.
Awesome. I'm
3D Movie
glad
Man.
our pre-buffer worked.
Yeah, pre-buffer worked well.
I'll stay.
What's that? 3D Movie Man says he's the show producer. Hasn't anyone told us?
Oh. He's our
for the show. It's your fault. But anyway, that movie looks funny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I liked it a lot.
And it's original. It's not a remake.
It was really funny.
You saw it?
I did see it.
Well, tell us about it. Don't just sit
I'm
there and
not
make us
gonna
watch
ruin
this
it.
true
I thought
trailer.
it was no.
You sat here and watched this trailer thinking, these people haven't seen
No,
it.
she
She
they
said
knew.
earlier in the show that she saw
And
it.
I told him too. I told everyone. You're
Was
just
you
not
mute?
paying attention.
You were muted because you were too busy.
Oh, you muted me? Is it on mute now?
No, you're
no.
you're good. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, that's good. And 3D Movie Man is our producer of the show because all technical problems are his fault. No,
Jan
just
said
kidding.
he needs to do a better job.
Uh-oh.
Because
There's
that
a fight.
buffering is fucked up and
What?
They're saying there's a couple scenes in that trailer that are not in the movie.
Really?
Really?
Who said that?
Is that true? Is that true?
I don't think think
Is
so.
that true?
Who said that?
Like the Super Mario Brothers scene was not in the movie.
I didn't remember seeing it in the trailer.
Here's right there.
What?
You're
just
stealing
watched it.
from my happiness.
Yeah,
That scene.
That scene. He goes, "We should get Marty McFly in that shit."
Oh, I don't remember seeing that in the trailer or the movie.
Well, the trailer just happened like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, I think I need to watch out with those alien things now.
Yeah, I think you've been doing what they were doing in the hot tub. Because you always are stoned.
Oh, I thought you meant drinking.
No, not drinking, just smoking weed.
You're too young to drink.
That is-
Because Sabrina was on TV when you were a kid.
Soon, though.
That's what they have at
7 months or
7-Eleven.
something.
If Sabrina was on TV when you were a child.
I'm supposed to tell you, Christina, they 3 unsaid it.
What? Oh, Jared.
They the unsaid it. She'll know. I don't want to minimize the browser. Damn. Why are you all in my business? I'm just kidding. Here it is.
Awesome.
We got Cam. It's all right. Didn't you just want to look at that website? Wasn't it nice for you?
Mhm.
Anyway. 3D at its finest.
Yeah.
But yeah. Apparently she doesn't understand what that means, chat room.
No, I do know what it means. I saw the movie with him.
Oh yeah? And he says that that scene was not in it.
Well, then I believe him because he has a better memory than I do.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
You hear that, world? Confessions on Zombie Popcorn Radio. What are you looking at your fake watch for?
That's not my fake watch. I just got a new battery for it. So
Awesome.
I'm stoked. And if you were listening to this show outside of this room, you'd probably know why I was looking at my watch.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't have anything to say.
Okay.
So.
But Vedi said in the chat room that he can only look at Cusack, but for so long.
What? ...
So either he hates him or he's really in love with him, and he can
He's
only
probably
watch
really in love with them.
Who isn't?
I am in love with Cusack. After Hugh Grant, Cusack
See-
would be my number one choice.
And also, he says in the chat room that Hangover 2 is officially happening. I had never seen Hangover 1 because I hated all the other movies that were similar to it.
I really liked The Hangover. It was surprised me how much I liked it.
I did like that movie.
Yeah, you told me that you liked it.
Did
movie.
I?
Yeah.
There's another one
Well,
coming
y'all
out.
can talk about why it's good. Yeah, there's part 2 coming out,
'Cause
and it's
it's
supposed to be in 3D.
That's gonna be dumb.
It's supposed to be in 3D, and they're not going to be in Vegas.
Where are they gonna be?
I don't know. I don't think
Atlantic City.
Actually,
That's
No, I have no idea.
3D Movie Man said, "What?" Now they're doing it because they think Hangover was awesome. And the reason I have not seen Hangover is because if you remember on Zombie Popcorn a while back when Josh was on the show frequently, that both
Who?
Josh and Paul
Oh,
said
Josh.
that Tropic Thunder was an awesome movie,
That was a-
and they gave, I think even 3D Movie Man said it was such
Dude,
an amazing movie.
It is an awesome movie. The first time
we
you
got
watch
it that night. We got it that night. We watched it that night. Me and Marty watched it, and we were not impressed. And that same show that they said Tropic Thunder was awesome, they also said The Hangover was awesome. And after taking their review and after watching Tropic Thunder and realizing that Tropic Thunder was not awesome, I ruled that Hangover
Jesus Christ.
could not be good.
Yeah.
Well-
This is coming from a guy who really thinks Happy Birthday to Me is a good movie.
What?
Yeah, that is a shitty movie.
No,
And don't bring your childhood into
April
it.
Fool's Day is a shitty movie. The end of the Jared Clive Barker's video game Jericho is a shitty ending. But Happy Birthday to Me is not.
Yeah,
a shitty
yes,
movie.
it is. He went on and on about it, so I had never watched it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do old slasher. I get this. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm going to do a fucking show with this guy?
Well, you know.
Yeah. So now it comes
But
out
you
in
still
the
haven't
open.
seen what movie haven't you seen that we talked about?
Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah, Rosemary's Baby. So revelations are abound tonight.
Yeah.
3D movie says.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I have seen Devil's Reign with it. Also
Oh,
has Anton
actually,
LaVey.
Hey, Zombie Popcorn listeners in the chat room. Do y'all want to watch a little bit of Dell's Reign? I have it. We can cue it up and watch it.
Oh, so didn't we play it last week or the week?
No, we played the trailer. I'm talking about the actual film.
Oh, you have the whole film?
I have the whole film.
It's awesome.
It is awesome. It has Anton LaVey, William Shatner.
Did you watch it all?
I haven't. I'm saving it for the projection.
Right.
For the projection. Which we can do.
Sweet. It's time to go.
No, is it really? Is it 9 o'clock? Let's make the last 5 minutes of the show be awesome, is what the chat room is saying. And how would you say...
How would we do that, chat room?
You all should sing. That's what they say.
No. I don't say.
No, we don't.
We could
so
play him. We could play him our song.
He's yelling "sing" at us. So is 3D Movie Man, like we're some kind of monkey or something. Yeah, we're not your fucking monkey. Come on.
I think it's pretty cool that you can sound like a cricket.
That's only when the show is really bad.
I can do the water drop thing that you see in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Fight to the death while singing. We can do that. Woo. Wait, I can do some really cool sounds too. Let's see what I can do.
Here we go. He's gonna hit the button.
No, I'm not hitting any button. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, if they asked for awesome in the last 5 minutes,
we're definitely not giving
it.
We are not giving them anything.
I guess we should play that. Oh. This is from your speak and spell. What do you used to call those things? You would point the arrow and it would be the cow.
Oh yeah, that was speak and.
No, it wasn't speak and spell. Speak and spell.
It was that. Beep, beep, boop
yeah.
Thing. But fuck.
And the name
what
of
is
the
it called?
Depeche Mode album.
I don't know what it's called. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's silent.
Nothing like crashing.
Nothing like the sound of texting on a show.
Yeah, that's bad when the guests are like.
Well, she got up and just totally left the
me
show.
up.
Just like, can I leave?
Yeah.
Can we talk about raped again? So this would be exciting.
Yeah, we could play Under Your Bed if you haven't.
We don't have lyrics to it though.
Yeah, we do.
And it's not converted into MP3.
Oh,
you want me to sing it?
Yeah,
Here.
yeah.
Wait. Here's the lyrics to the song.
I don't think that's necessary.
Okay, never mind. See and say.
See and say. That's it. Show's done.
All right. Oh, wait, no, it can't be done. You know what's scary? YouTube. You're just giving up already, aren't you?
Me? Yeah. I've given up on a lot of things.
Damn it. You need to give more to the show. Anyway, I think we're going to end it here. It is now 9 o'clock, and we figured out it's called the See and Say.
See and Say.
See and Say.
A Carol says.
Thank you for listening to Zombie Popcorn. Thank you, Christina, for bringing the alien guy on. Thank you, Phil, for being the alien guy. Thank you, Paul, for just being you. And thank you, chat room, for being awesome and helping us keep the show going.
And thanks for having me on. How about that?
Damn it, why didn't I mute that? No, that's cool. You're welcome to come on anytime. But only if you bring crazy people.
I can bring my mom. She used
that
to see ghosts.
That is not saying that Phil...
No, I'm not saying Phil is crazy. I'm just saying your mom's crazy. But
my mom is crazy.
I'm not saying. Your friend in the chat room says, "Bring me."
We should just we should get everybody. We should do a Mother's Day.
We are going to do a Mother's Day show. My mom is coming up to visit me, and she's actually coming up on a weekend, so she's going to have to sit through the radio show unless Miley takes her out.
Nice.
But I'm hoping that Miley will take her out because my mom is very Texas.
Does she ever listen?
That's going to be so awesome. I heard your dad on the phone, and that was neat.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess we could kick off the mothers, but I'm just afraid that they'll tell crazy stories, like what your fear of going to a hypnotist.
Yeah.
Is the same fear that I would have to bring in mothers on the show.
Yeah.
Unless it's somebody else's mom, then I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Then I can go. Make sure you bring old photos. Make sure you tell the most embarrassing stories.
Yeah.
But anyway. So this is it. This is the end.
This is sad.
See and say.
See and say. Zombie Popcorn Radio.
Have a good night.
Thank you for listening.